if I can set that back up where it's a pretty good view. Um, I just want to say a few more things about fasting. I know in a couple of videos, or I don't know, when I was talking about fasting, that you can go without food. My experience, this is all my experience. I am nowhere near a medical expert. But 3 times in my life I've been overweight, and the way I've gotten it off is by not eating for a few days. Um, Depends on what you can take, if you want to do it or not. But after day 1, my stomach shrinks. So if I pig out on day 2 and say, forget it, and start pigging out, I can't eat as much, I notice. So if I go 2 days and then pig out on day 3, it's a lot less. It's only like a few bites, half, less than half what I could normally eat. So what happens as you fast is your stomach will shrink. So if you do give up, you won't be able to eat as much, which is good. But if you keep eating that same amount, you'll be back in the same situation. Um, so you have to kind of learn your own body and how it works, and that's how I've done it, my own body and how it works. And I do know, though, after fasting a day or 2, anything I eat, it will turn to fat, because what my body does is it starts tripping out. It starts saying, oh my gosh, I'm starving. So the next thing she puts in her mouth, I'm going to turn it to fat to store it for later if I starve again. So anything I eat, like carrot, broccoli, anything, is going to be stored to fat, because it's my body is in panic mode. Um, but if I go long enough, then and stop fasting and start eating again, then I can only eat, gosh, 1/3 or less of what I could eat before I started fasting, which was just a few days. I mean, 2 to 3 days. 2, 3 days, yeah. I don't usually go 4 days. Um, and then you can have, what is so great though, is when the weight starts coming off and you start feeling good, you'll do it more, and then more will come off, and you'll feel. And then when you get it off, it's like you can have anything you want, as much as anything you want. You can have it because you're already thin. So it's this like process you got to go through, and it takes a while to learn it. Like I say, I've done it 3 times in my life, and now I know when my clothes start feeling tighter, or I notice a difference, then just back up. I just back up. Don't eat it all. Just eat half. Put the rest in the fridge. If I don't eat it, I don't eat it. If I do, it's there. It's the mindset more for me of the panic mode of food, 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 food. No, food, food, food. We don't need it all the time, as much as we think we do in junk food. But anyway, that's just my opinions. Again, my opinions. Um, I was trying to think of anything else to tell you about. When you're young and you do this, your skin bounces back, so you really don't have to exercise. But when you're older and you do it, your skin doesn't. So you have some hanging skin that hangs, because you've emptied it now of the fat. You forced your body to use your own fat to continue on. And a trick, a lot of tricks I played, okay, here's some more thinking, is I didn't exercise. It's not about exercising for me. It's about the brain mindset. Anyways, I would park every time I'd go somewhere. I'd park way out in the parking lot so that I would have to walk all the way in the store, buy whatever, walk all the way back out. With groceries, that was a chore. But if you'll park further away, um, when I did eat, if I eat with people, I would do more talking than eating. So that was good. I took smaller bites and chewed them longer when I had teeth. I still do it now, but anyway, chew it longer, flavor, savor the flavor of each bite. And I definitely do that now, and it causes you're fuller a lot quicker before you know it, and you've been satisfied with the flavor in your mouth. And I think that's where our hunger comes from. I don't know. Anyways, um, so I'd park further away. I would chew longer, take smaller bites. I mean, these are a lot of the things that I would do when I was younger. And then when I'd lose weight, people would always say, "Oh, are you sick? Is something wrong with you?" And they were usually chubby people. They wanted to know what I was doing to lose it. They just didn't know how to ask. And they didn't want to do what it took to take it, to do it. It doesn't take a lot, but it does take some self-control to not have the whole bag of chips, just half a bag, or the whole pie, just half a pie, or anything. Even if you have a piece of pie, let's have 3 bites of the piece of pie, not the whole piece of pie. Put the rest in the fridge later. Tell yourself, I'll have that later. Distract myself. I would distract myself. I still do with movies, games, reading, arts and crafts, anything I can distract myself from thinking that I need food at the moment. It's always there. I'll have it later. And then it's bedtime. Go to sleep. Tomorrow's already here. Now what are we going to have today? Put it off and put it off and put it off. That's another tip, maybe, that might help people. I don't know. I'm just trying to share my experience and what I've done. And I'm sorry, I'm smiling. I see, oh gosh, I can't even say his name. Really, Kuma? Really, Kuma? Anyway, that's a Japanese or Chinese character. It's a pillow I have in the window. It's so cold up here. I just stuff everything in the window over here so that I can stay warm. Last thought on gaining weight is, I think I said that before, is I'm not going to have anybody to take care of me if I get big and fat. Who's going to bring me food? Who's going to do this? And I won't be able to breathe good or move around good to clean things. So I motivate myself to try to stay thinner as I get older, because I don't have nobody to help, and that's fine. I'm not saying poor me. I love it. I don't want anybody. I want to just be able to do everything myself and flow a long life until I die, and that's about it. So that's another motivation to stay thinner, because I see I try not to be judgmental, of course, but I see these bigger people and I wonder who is feeding them. They can't walk in the kitchen and cook 10 tons of chicken or french fries, and they're not rich to be able to order out 3, 4, or 5 times a day, or pizza and all that. I don't know. I know you love them if you're feeding them. And I've had some family experience on my ex's side where, yes, the family does feed them and keeps them that. It's hard when there's love involved, and you want to take care of your mother that weighs 500 pounds, but feeding her 2 plates of food, is that really taking care of her and loving her in that kind of way? I don't know. I don't want to get off on that tangent, but do what you think is right and take care of yourself as well as you can. And remember, you are valuable and you matter. Cool. Bye-bye.